Okay, to move or delete an app icon, as I mentioned, you just simply tap and hold the icon to be moved or deleted. So this one here, if we just hold that down and then we slide it to its new location or to the X, right? See how the X has suddenly appeared up there when I held that icon down. So when I took this screen dump, I was able to happily move that across. So if we go to the Google Play Store, we find down here on the left-hand side, we've got the shop and the apps, movies and TV and music and stuff that you can buy. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of stuff that you can get from the Google Play Store, and a lot of it is free. So there's no problem getting stuff there for free. So you've got a search box up here, so we can see just what sort of apps we've got. So if I type in memory games for adults, and you can see it's already started to guess that. So memory games for adults, then the system will go through and search for memory games for adults. Right now, if we look at these apps that we've got, there's Coach Memory and Memory One. I personally haven't used these, simply because I can't remember where I put them. But anyway, we've got Memory Match. Now, if we look at this one here, Memory Trainer, we can see that it's got a little green tick alongside it. That means that that one has been installed on my device. The other little green areas that you can see along there, it's telling us that these are all free, right? So that they're all free games that you want to install on the device, right? There's apps, we can see more, so we click on that and it will show even more devices that you go, right? So if we want to get that app, right, then I click on that, Coach Memory Trainer, and here it is telling me that this app is compatible with all of my devices, right? So I have two Android devices. I have a smartphone and a Nexus tablet. That's what I can do with it, right? And it does warn me that this app also offers in-app purchases, right? So like the internet and everything, you've got to put up with advertising and people saying, yes, we really should buy that. So you do have to watch that sort of thing. So if I want to install it, then I simply click on the install button, right? And it's going to ask me which device I want to install it to, my Asus Nexus 7, right? Or my Hawaii a phone, right? And I can see here that the Nexus 1 is currently turned off, so it doesn't matter, I can still go ahead and install that. It will just wait until such time as the Nexus is turned on, and then it will happily download that onto it. It's all very automatic when it does the whole thing. Right, I can list on my apps, and it will list all the apps that are installed on my devices. Right, so we can see now all of the apps that are installed on there on my devices, and yeah, no trouble at all. Okay, now just figured out where to go to get play. Now you can also go directly there without having to go via the Android device, right? So there's the link for it there. Play Google.com store. If you wanted to go directly to the apps link on it, then you can happily click on that link there. Right. Now you also see that there is editor's choice. So we can find, I'll just plug this in, and this will take us to the editor's choice of what they consider are the best Android apps that you want to get. So you can spend hours or days just going through all the Android apps to see what's available. Now one little word of warning. You'll notice that against the apps like this Pocket one here, for example, there's a number of stars that people say, well, it's 4.5 stars. Well, that must be a pretty good app. I might take that. It's free. No trouble at all. So we can go with it. Now, this may very well be a 4.5 star app. I really don't know. So just be wary of those links across there. So the star rating is not everything to be there. However, one thing that I do tell seniors with free programs with the computer, if you get free programs, what do you value it at? Right? If I gave you, a product, a new cement mixer or something, I just simply gave it to you, what would you value it at? You'd value it at $0 because that's exactly what it cost you. So consequently, if it broke down, you think, well, I really haven't lost anything because it didn't cost me anything. Now, it's exactly the same with free programs or pirated programs. If people give them to you, you think, well, this didn't cost me and I'm really too lazy to learn this thing. So you don't make any effort to learn it and to exploit it and just see what it is capable of doing. And like anything, like apps or freeware or shareware and so forth, you have to make an effort to learn it. So don't just give up just because it's free. There's a lot of good stuff out there that is totally free. Okay, so searching on the internet. This is where we bring up the keyboard to be able to, the on-screen keyboard. All right, so you'll find it's got a number of features. You can see that's the box that we're typing in there at the moment. Right? And it's just got the text ELE in it. It's got the same vertical bar that you're used to for typing stuff in. Right? You don't have a delete key. All you have is a backspace key, exactly the same as the Apple or the Apple Mac computers and the whole Apple operating system. They don't. I think they have a delete key, and all it does is backspace. Your enter key is sometimes called go, sometimes called enter. I've seen it called search. Yeah, it seems to change its name, but it's something. It'll be quite obvious as to what it is. You've got the standard space bar. Because it's a Google system, you can actually use speech, and you can speak the words that you want to hear. I tried this is a snapshot taken from those cheaper micro tablets, and I can show you the speech just didn't work terribly well because it was all so underpowered. You have the facility down here to switch to numbers and symbols, and on some cases there's two other keyboards for extra symbols and stuff that you can get at. So this will take you through to like the question mark symbol and the numbers 1, 2, 3 that you can go through there. I have seen keyboards that have got the whole lot on one keyboard. Yeah, it was an acquired taste as to whether you like using that sort of keyboard too. You have the standard shift key that you're used to on a keyboard, and you just simply double tap it to lock it on. When you do, there's usually a little bar will appear just on the bottom edge of the key to say that the shift key is actually locked down, so that you can do your typing that way. But it's usually smart enough to know to capitalize the first letter of a sentence, or after a full stop and a space, it knows a new sentence is starting. It'll usually capitalize the start of that. Okay, so we'll get back to the keyboard again in a second, but once you do search for something, for example on a web page, then you get your results back. So you've got a couple of things you can do with that. On the results, quite often the text will be very tiny and difficult to read, and this is where you use the pinching facility to zoom in on the page. Right, so you put your two fingers on the screen, any two fingers, move them apart, and that will happily zoom in on the page so that you can see exactly what's underneath it. And of course when you zoom in, then quite often the page will be wider than what the available tablet width is, right? And so, and there's more information than what will fit top to bottom, right? So in this case you then swipe left, right or up, down to scroll around on the page to see all the contents that is there. Right, so this is exactly the same page, this one over here. You can see this was the area that I had there, and I've zoomed in on it, and that's the exact same area over there. So zooming in and out is a very powerful feature. Okay, so let's getting back to our keyboard and text that we've typed. You've got the ability to edit the text that you've got there. Right, so the first step is to hold on the text that you want. Right, so you just simply hold your finger on there for a second, and all of a sudden that text will become highlighted, and you'll usually get these two little selection cursors that you can then do something with. Right, so to extend that selection area, if I want to extend it over to brown frog, then I would simply grab that left selection cursor and move it across till it was just to the left of brown frog, and then I would have all of that text selected from there to there. Right? Now, so that's dragging the cursors to be able to move that around. Then finally, the fact that you actually selected text on this little cheap micro tablet, with the selected text, you just simply start typing the same as you do on Windows, and that replaces your selected text. To cancel the text selection, you just click anywhere and then reposition the text cursor. Right? Or you notice that when I did it again on this cheaper micro, a little edit button suddenly popped up, and there I had the ability to select all of the text, to cut it, or to copy it. Right? So all the same facilities are there that you're used to with Windows, but you do need to play with these things to find out exactly where they are. Now, this same facility works on the iPads, the same sort of text selection, to be able to select text and do stuff with it.